Oscarish will come out the better in that little fight. Coldy and Luke, the last people standing. Jack trying to hold himself alive. Will manage to do so long enough for Michu. Man of the hour to take a bullet to the skull, actually, and not really achieve very much. But, hey, looking for the knife kill. Failed, but props for trying. Anyway, this is Phenomenon versus Dobry&Gaming. So anyone who was watching earlier on today will have seen both of these two teams earlier. Pretty much taking it home against their opponents. Pretty comfortable. Phenomenon in particular crushed London Conspiracy. And honestly, I still don't know too much about Phenomenon as a team. Dobry&Gaming, they have a bit of a history, obviously. This is the old Gamers 2 roster. Michu in particular can be a real beast, and Spiro can be a solid entry fragger for their team, and we'll see if that actually works out for them as Lord goes straight in. Doesn't pull out, but Jack will get taken down as he gets a little bit blindsided there. Lord coming around the side now. And a knife kill there taken by Dima. Will mean that Dobry&Gaming not in the best shape right now, having lost 4 players. However, still, should be their victory here. They lack the information, however, on exactly where Krekker is. So that's going to be the problem he has to face. However, now he does see him. He's got an AK-47 versus a MAC-10. Grenade advantage as well. Gets the flash down. Doesn't want to follow it up, though. Took the HE grenade. Gets a good dink. And that will do it. So, nearly seeing the Force Spy come out on top there. Phenomenon unable to quite make it happen for themselves, and I've got to say I'm looking forward to this game. To me it feels like this should be much more evenly matched than either of the 2 maps we saw earlier on today. Both these teams look to be pretty solid. Although to be fair, I don't really know too much about Phenomenon. From the way they played against London Conspiracy, I definitely placed them in a tier 2 sort of level of team. Right now they might be about to get a little bit caught off guard. They are going to be rushing straight into Palace. However, there is a man in there. It is Luke. He's going to take a grenade to the face. Doesn't die for it. But the majority of his team is already out of there. So unable to really hold the site, although they will get 1 kill with Krekker. There's only so much that can be done about that. And in the end, Michu will be the one to finish it off. Luke taken out of the picture there. So, some other stuff actually I forgot to mention, although this is going to be the buy round, so maybe I'll do that after this round. There's a couple more things to mention, giveaways and sponsors and things like that, but now is not the time. This is the important time. This is the time of your lives, ladies and gentlemen. I don't actually, to be honest, it's probably not the time of your lives. Maybe a time that's very important in your life. I don't know how much you bet on this game, but Phenomenon looking to try and get themselves back on the road. Having lost the pistol, going to have taken them a little while. Came close at times to recovering from that, but now it's 1 for 1 so far. Now a 2 for 1. The 3rd kill falling really quickly. Phenomenon falls apart almost as soon as you start talking about him. They will try and reclaim this situation, though. They have got 3 players around, and Michu's a good ways off, looking to catch a rotator that's never going to come from B. Do they have the positioning on Dima? That is the question, because he can be a real demon. If he is able to catch you off guard, he's going to be able to peek around, will find himself that kill. But it's still a tricky situation now. They've got to try and make some presence happen. They're going to go for the ninja defuse. The smoke is there. But do they know where the bomb is? They will be able to get the spray down. And nicely done there. Dobry&Gaming continue to hold on to their victory. 0-4 now. Phenomenon. Came a little bit close, but just the quick succession of kills that came down as the entry came in from Dobry&Gaming was really impressive there. Of course, Mirage is one of the more even maps out there, so it's not even one of those cases where you really absolutely need to absolutely make sure you get loads and loads of kills. Lord gets himself killed there, speaking of which. Actually, this was my time to talk about sponsors, I remember now. It's only Luke, anyway. He's most likely not going to be surviving this. But, ladies and gentlemen, we have a Okay, no, that was T-side. Oh. The bomb plant distracted me. I was like, wait, is something important happening? No. Luke is still playing hide and seek. Speaking of which, hey! Hide and shoot the other guy. But yes, giveaway. If you want to be entered in to win an M4A1S Cyrex, then you need to log in on Hitbox TV. You need to follow the channel, this channel, the one you're watching on, I would assume. Unless you're doing something very strange. And then you can simply click on the poll, which you should see just above your Hitbox TV chat. So on the top right corner of your screen, you should see a thing that says, would you like to win an M4A1S Cyrex? For the majority of people, I'd imagine that would be a yes. So just click yes and click vote. And there you go, you're entered. You're in. We will give it away after this best of 3 is concluded. That's also a piece of information I sort of forgot to tell everybody. This is a best of 3 and not a best of 1 like the previous 2 rounds were. And it's could be one that goes on for a little while. It's looking a little bit more even though the rounds have all gone Dobry&Gaming's way so far. Phenomenon are starting to look pretty promising this time. Shpiro, however, sneaks out with the AWP and will find himself one. But it's going to be the first round there. Phenomenon, with a couple of good pop flashes to get that retake going, have managed to do it. They did, however, take a lot of economic damage. Dobry&Gaming can rebuy immediately. Should be able to get, I'm assuming, a full setup here. Oscarish, however, is being displayed as holding a Glock. Oh no, there we go, there we go. Thank you, client, for updating eventually. Good job. Still, good show there. They're very important for Phenomenon to win this round. They've got practically no money. If they lose it, it's gonna be very, very slow for them to get back into gear. In more ways than one. Now, this one's going to be a bit of a tricky one. Slow play so far from Dobry&Gaming, but Shpiro peeks out. Shpiro takes a bullet. Jack peeks out. Jack gives out a bullet. Very nice. 1 for 1. Jack, however, took a bit of return bullets as well, shall we say. And that does mean as well that he's possibly signaling the presence of Dobry&Gaming here. And the timer is actually getting pretty short right now. So, Phenomenon, are they going to call where the push is? They don't have that much information. They could expect a fake. Honestly, if I was in their situation, I'd be thinking Dobry&Gaming might have gone for the fake, but they're going to see the smokes now. They're going to see the grenades. This is too many for it to be a fake. So there we go. First shot, though, lands from Luke. Dima is actually sat somewhere totally irrelevant, and Auto Director is following him, so thanks, Gaben. But Jack was unable to really get anything done there. Got himself 3 kills in total, but the rest of his team, rather, has failed to get anything done. So Phenomenon do win that crucial round. And they are looking to build themselves up a bit of a run of rounds now. So, of course, if they do, they had lost, it would have been disastrous, but now they have got a little bit of a buffer to work with. Dobry&Gaming are going to be fully buying up, even though their money situation is a touch on the dicey side here. This is going to be double Tech 9 and probably 2 AKs, as well as that AWP. Maybe a Galil. What are you going for, Oscarish? I like your style. Good AK. And no head armor, so... I don't know, actually, though. Especially on Mirage. I personally, I mean, this is Scrub Lord me talking, but I'd rather have head armor and a Galil than an AK and no head armor, especially against M4s. That's the point. Like, pretty hard to win those long-range duels, and the other guy kills you in one shot. Of course, I suppose it works both ways. But anyway, Phenomenon claimed themselves their first kill here. They're going to get smoked out of connector. The question is, where is the play coming in? Shpiro actually picking up out onto short. So the smoke was actually just a setup to enable Shpiro get that pick. 4 versus 4. Timer now starting to tick down. 45 seconds left on the clock. This is getting to the point where going for a rotation can be kind of tricky. Now then, grenades coming across all around, and it's going to be a standard looking A play here. Smoke goes a little bit awry, so no smoke on Stead, meaning Sosvik can play from there, but he does get caught by Oscarish. Unable to get into connector quite quick enough, and Spiro also unable to find his kill onto Krekker. Hit him through a wall, I do believe, so he's on about 10 health. And Diva now peeking out, will be able to get another. It's looking pretty good for Phenomenon so far, but it's still a 2-on-2. There's still weaponry on both sides. Spiro has to be the man of the hour. He's got the Tech 9. He will not be able to get the kill as Luke peeks around with that AWP. Finishes him off, so nicely done there. Close run stuff. Once again, one man left standing. We've had several rounds like this. But it's Phenomenon that come out on top. And now, I really do think Dobry&Gaming should probably eco. Come on. Do me proud. Yeah. See, they can force up here because a Tech 9 and armor and maybe a grenade, that will cost them like 1.6, 2k. They're going to get more than that from their lost round here. So that would put them up to about 4k after what they've spent in this round, which is of course about what you want. Obviously a little bit more is useful, but that's all you really need for a head armor AK and a bit of good grenade action. Speaking of grenade action, here comes the aggression. Looking out most of the good spots, but it seems like Luke has just spun around like a dime. Or on a dime. I think that's the phrase, rather than like a dime. I wasn't aware that dimes particularly span around, but then again, I don't know much about American currency. Anyway, Jack's going to try and recover himself a kill here. Will get himself one and a second there. But that's all she wrote. Good stuff from Jack at the end. And honestly, thus far, he's been really performing a lot better than I was expecting. Getting quite a few crucial kills at times. Although Oscarish... See, here's the weird thing, is my perception of Oscarish has not been that amazing thus far. I mean, he's been doing like a good job. He hasn't been blowing my mind, and yet he is by far the top fragger. It's the Crims principle, where it's just one of those guys that gets one kill every round and tries to avoid dying quite a lot and is good at it. So maybe. Maybe it's not that. Maybe I'm just inobservant. That's also quite possible. Anyway, pushing up mid now. Phenomenon going to pick themselves up. Spiro for their troubles, who whiffed that AWP shot. Didn't get the flick down, and flashbang now for Oscarish. Don't catch him though. Luke couldn't get that shot. Plus, they seem to have totally forgotten that Oscarish is down there. He was able to sneak around, get himself that one. However, Krekker elsewhere on A is returning. It's very back and forth, very messy combat going all across the map. But definitely Phenomenon that have come out on top in terms of the health bars. And yet, however, they do have to deal with the problem of a lack of information right now. They don't know where Michu is, and he's actually going to see him out from apartments, gets the shots, which shifts the dynamic right back the other way. Now the bomb plant, plus the 2-man versus 1. Going to make it very tricky. Krekker wants to get this round done, especially considering he's having to walk all the way through apartments. Checking every corner. He's got a kit. He's got a health bar, which is pretty much something that's not available for Dobry&Gaming right now. But does he have the time? He's gotten the 1 kill. Gonna back off. Fair play, honestly, there. He may get caught, however. Oscarish is okay, not gonna try and head him off. I thought Oscarish there had heard him running through apartments and was trying to head him off, but he wasn't going to push out anyway, so swapping for the AWP is actually the best decision. 4-6. Phenomenon not in the best of shape right now. I say it's one of the more even maps, but you still typically expect the CTs to come out better on the half. It's it's one of those maps where an 8-7 is okay. Like you can get away with 8-7. 9-6 is kind of your ideal. 10-5 is really, really good. But you don't want to be going below the enemy. If the enemy terrorist side is the one with 8 rounds, then you're in a bit of trouble. If it's worse than that, then it's a disaster. So, Spiro going down. Oh, sorry, getting the kill there. Going to be a good way to set that situation up, because Phenomenon right now are in a bit of trouble. And we'll get a free kill there, and actually see the bomb as well. Question is, does Michu come out the better? Yes, he does. However, he didn't even need to, really, because Spiro just snuck around all the way around the two CTs there on Phenomenon and managed to get both of them. So, very nicely done. Still. Phenomenon back on the Eco Crush. Not ideal for them. Not really sure there's going to be some kind of problem here for them. Now, ooh, nailed. Obviously, you're not expecting much from a round like this as Phenomenon. You do what you can when you can, but sometimes you walk into the crosshairs of an AWP and get cleaned up like that. But after this round is really when Phenomenon needs to get the brakes on, because as it is, this game's running away from them real quick. Greco does pick himself up an AWP there. Nice little sneak around. But if they hadn't... oh, hello. And another sneak around there. Unfortunately, bullets versus armor typically want better bullets. However, not to be that time. 4-8. Already Phenomenon not in a great shape, but they basically now need to win all the rest of the rounds. Or it will, by the metric I set out earlier, be pretty much a disastrous half. So, what are they going to do in order to ensure that? It's pretty standard buy-up. M4's all over. No head armor, but no need to worry about that, because everything's a one-shot kill anyway, or very often is. And a good start there. So a sneaky push out there from Dima, catches Spiro in underpass. And that's actually something I quite like to see about these two teams. They both have quite aggressive lurking, aggressive push-outs. But they don't want to drop too many kills now, because they've already got their advantage. You get your advantage from your early pushes, and if you can, you just kind of pull back. Play it safe from then on. Force the enemy to just play the odds, because if they're forced to play the odds, in any scenario where you have the numbers advantage, you're always going to do well. Now, going to be defensive stuff. Michu hanging back, admiring his weapons. Actually, it's not even his P250, is it? I forgot. Stole it. Speaking of stolen, ow! Good God! Wow, Jack. It's not really stolen it. Actually, wait. I think his gun was stolen. Yes, well, given probably. But anyway, he has been able to get himself a nice couple of kills there. 4K. And Krecker doesn't really have the time to end this round in their favor. Doesn't have a kit. Doesn't have the weapons he needs. He's going to molly off and run away with the AWP. But good. So now I can officially say that this half has been disastrous for Phenomenon. Dobry&Gaming are honestly crushing. And, honestly, a little bit more uneven than I was expecting. Ooh. Unlucky there, Krecker. Unfortunately, the scope does actually restrict your vision, and the timing was a little bit awkward. He gets caught out by Lord, and that's cost him not only that round, but most likely this one as well. Unless the Spirit of Juan will visit the team of Phenomenon. They are in real trouble. This is Ford Eagles on P250. A hope, a dream, a wish, a prayer. Sadly, swiftly crushed. And although they are getting a couple of kills traded here, the Deagles just... Okay, well, I was going to say just aren't doing it, but you get at least one there. Problem is, it's not going to be enough, most likely. Michu will clean that one up. So last round of the half. 4-10. Phenomenon are going to have to do something special if they want to come back in the next half. Certainly this is a good chance to at least make their mountain a bit more of a molehill. But I think it's going to be a touch tricky. Shall we say a little bit more than tricky. It is in fact quite difficult. However, a good kill there to start them off. And I don't know if this is just anecdotal. I always feel like the team that's behind tends to win the last round of the half. Like, I have no evidence to support this. It just feels like something that happens sometimes. Like the team that's ahead is like, ah, whatever, you can have this. No problem. We got this. Speaking of having it, Dobry&Gaming having not the time of their lives right now. They are in fact having quite a difficult time this round. We've seen them come back from worse, however, and Michu is going to be able to, wow, fire second, but land the bullets that matter first. End up winning that one-on-one, so nicely done by him. This is something we've seen before from Phenomenon. They start to just drop those kills here and there, back and forth. They allow the 1v1s to get isolated, and wow, Jack nails him through the bench. That's the word I was thinking of. Yeah, bench. I was thinking bridge. That's not a bridge. Unless you are a tiny man and the floor is lava. But unfortunately, Phenomenon are struggling immensely right now. They are in a lot of trouble. And, well, this isn't their map. And it may well be that Phenomenon is one of the less experienced teams and they don't have that wide map pool. They don't feel confident on Mirage. This is definitely looking like the first map will most likely be going the way of Dobry&Gaming. Of course, the next one will be Dust 2, which does demand a bit of a different play style, I'd say. And it's also the map we saw Phenomenon earlier wrecking London Conspiracy on. They don't give up hope quite yet. Cobblestone, for the record, is the decider if we get that far. We will see. Personally, I wouldn't place a bet on it, but I wouldn't place a bet on many things. My bets in the past tend to lose me money. So, pistol round now for the second half underway, and this is definitely going to be a big one. Can Phenomenon bring themselves back in? This is definitely the way it starts off, because in theory, if you win the pistol and the next 2 rounds when the enemy doesn't have any money, you should be, you know, still not in good shape, but in a lot better than you were. A lot less of a hill to climb. Now it's going to be a push through smoke from Jack. Somehow comes out on top anyway. 3 on 3. As Dima goes rushing in to pick up his first, and now a second there. Coldy goes down. He'll sneak around here. Oscarish looking to try and reclaim the situation, but it's a pretty difficult one. And he's actually just going to run straight through the smoke. No problem. Leroy Jenkins. And unfortunately, not quite good enough. But to be fair, Leroy Jenkins would have meant charging through the smoke and dooming your own team at the same time. So, you know, he's far better than the actual Leroy. Although I actually heard the Leroy Jenkins video was fake. That's depressing. If that's true, that's depressing. I'm just saying. Is nothing sacred? Are ancient memes from 2007 or whatever not sacred? Who knows? Regardless though, Phenomenon are going to be making their way out onto the A site now. They will be getting themselves 2 kills very quickly. A third follows. Coldy looking very nice for himself right now. Michu going to be also getting taken down from quite a distance there with the Tech 9. But them's the breaks. You miss your first shot on the Deagle. Too bad. You're not really hitting anymore without a bit of luck on your side. Oscarish, meanwhile, has managed to get himself 1 kill. But, that's all, folks. So Phenomenon have got themselves what they needed. They got themselves the pistol. They shut down the buy afterwards. Yeah, Leroy video was sadly staged, according to that person in chat. That's sad. That's sad. Man. The internet ruined everything. Especially video games. Wait. I feel there's some kind of irony. Anyway. That is quite an aggressive push right now that I'm seeing from Lordy. I believe that's Lordy. Better be Lordy. If it ain't Lordy, I don't know who it is. Partly because my resolution is too low. But anyway. Phenomenon have made their way towards the B side, but there is actually a 4-man stack here, so this could be a little bit more difficult than they're anticipating. Phenomenon are going to be getting the better of these first few kills, however they got 2. A third then follows. Krekker goes to get Michu. It's cost them a lot, it's cost them a few rifles, it's cost them a few more, but good scenario for Phenomenon here. They should be able to win this one out, and they do. Can they get the bomb plant? No, they can't. Till. Nicely done in the end. But this is, of course, the real trial. If you want to come back in, you've got to make that 7-Eleven into something other than a convenience food store. Wait. Probably. I think so. 7-Eleven. That's an American thing. Yeah. Okay, what are you doing, Lordy? Okay, we're not pushing through the smoke. Fair enough. It's your prerogative, man. I'm not telling you what to do. And even if I was, it would be too late. So anyway, the rotate is coming in. The smokes are also coming in. Grenades going flying. People are dying. And Krekker is going to be the first man to fall for Phenomenon, but he will return fire with 2 quick kills as well. Michu, however, firing from jungle, is going to get himself 3 kills in a row. 4th on the board for him, and the bomb plant is only going to do so much to stem the tide. Can he get the ace? That's the question right now. I'm a little bit doubtful since Oscarish is coming around the side. Clearly they value winning the round a little bit more than getting the 5th kill. I'm slightly upset about that. It shows the trust between the team members, you know. They don't even care. It's all about the team. All for one and one for all. I bet he does. I bet Michu probably didn't even notice. He's so good. He just gets 5 kills all the time. Maybe. I don't know. I don't actually have any insight into the internal workings of Michu's mind. Maybe surprising. I'm not psychic. I'm not internet psychic either, which is a very different type of psychic. Internet psychics tell you that they know what you're thinking, but they're actually completely wrong. It's like that one guy you get in matchmaking that tries to psychoanalyze you in matchmaking. It's like, why are you mad? It's because your mother never loved you. That's an internet psychic. I don't know what psychics have to do with psychoanalysis, but regardless, the round is ongoing, and Luke is dead. Phenomenon. Slowing it down. Chilling out. Laying back. Getting themselves... Let's say nothing more. I was going to say a flips backwards. But anyway. Michu claims himself 1 kill there, and Oscarish is on the B side, unable to actually find the shots on Krekker until he stands up, but fortunately does get there in the end. So now it's a 2-on-4. The retake will come through very quickly. Michu wins the spray down. What? And Spiro gets the AWP shot as well, so nicely done there. And you've got to say, Michu really has been beasting this quite hard. 20 kills, 10 deaths. And he constantly wins those duels. That's the thing that really impresses me. His spray control is just much better, it seems, than almost anyone else. On his own team as well, to be fair. It's much closer with the others. It's one of those raw skill kind of things. Because you can get clever positioning players that sneak around and They never have to worry about spraying down directly. They always have some kind of other advantage. But Michu, he does that, but he also just absolutely beasts you on raw skill. So, Phenomenon are going to be ecoing again. They will find themselves a kill there. Softic sneaking on through. Lordy is going to return fire and pick himself up one there onto Krekker. Luke is on the corner. And now is on the ground. Unfortunately, so is the bomb. Which may cause some minor issues. Because it means they can very easily aim where he's likely to go to get there. Case in point, the AWP scope right there. Life is hard. But the game is rapidly running away from Phenomenon at this point. 7-14 is a very bad round score to have to deal with. And it looks like they're going to make another fast play here. Heavy commitment towards B. So it might be that they're going to go sneak around off down underpass and go for that middle one. Hard to know, hard to call. Spiro is obviously a little bit concerned that there could be someone sneaking around through Palace, so he's going to smoke that one off. Little did he know, of course, that the real play was actually mid. Okay, fair enough. They get the pick. Sweet. Cool. However, Michu, he is not done. Okay, now he is. The rest of his team is still in a good position to reclaim this. They've got good angles. They've got good crossfire potential, but they're not going to get it easily. 1 versus 1 now. Dima and Spiro, but it's AWP versus AK, and at that range, with that information, it's actually going to be a whiffed shot from Spiro. A little bit unfortunate there, perhaps. And I definitely feel like Spiro should have won that duel from that situation. I imagine he'll be kicking himself for missing that shot. If it was me, I'd be kicking myself, but I'd be like, oh, well, that's expected. But for him, that's a little bit sad. Spiro usually is a man that performs well under pressure. And when a man essentially lines himself up for you, that's a gimme. That's a gimme, and you didn't get. Meanwhile, smokes onto... Oh, hello. Game? Game, please. I'm assuming this is only on my end. But actually, maybe it isn't. Ah, I bet you I know what's happened. It'll be the spectator delay. So the game is probably finished. And since it has finished, we can pretty much infer that Dobry&Gaming won. The annoying thing is, because it's finished at their end, they've now switched the map to Dust 2, which changes now on ours, because it just changes the map at the same time for the spectators, ignoring the spectator delay, which is kind of dumb, frankly. But I think we all knew how that one was going to go. Dobry&Gaming do win the first map. They will be coming out on top of that one. And we're going to have to wait for the players to get on to the next onto the next one. A little bit unfortunate, guys.